Commas. Video 1. Actually, it's not that complicated. We're going to start with the simple sentence. The foundation of understanding how to use the comma is understanding what a complete sentence is. Simple sentences are punchy. It's wise to use them to communicate sharp observations or key arguments. Simple sentences are composed of a subject, a verb, and an object. You can think about this as who did what, or actor, action, and impact. Just a note that all examples in the following are from information that's provided by Derecho, 2008. Example of a simple sentence. Subject. The culture wars of the 80s and 90s. Verb. Ultimately killed. Object. Sampling culture. The culture wars of the 80s and 90s ultimately killed sampling culture. Because this is put together and presented as a simple sentence, it packs punch. Another example. The culture wars spurred a 1991 court ruling that made all unlicensed sampling illegal. Subject, the culture wars, verb, the action, spurred, and the object of the sentence, a 1991 court ruling that made all unlicensed sampling illegal. The culture wars spurred a 1991 court ruling that made all unlicensed sampling illegal. Note that simple sentences like this one contain one main idea. Another example. Sampling multiple tracks became too expensive for most artists. Sampling multiple tracks here is the subject of the sentence. Became is the action or the verb, and too expensive for most artists is the object or the predicate of the sentence. The ruling had the greatest impact on hip-hop. This is because sampling is the foundation of hip-hop. So here we can see all of the simple sentences together in a paragraph. The culture wars of the 80s and 90s ultimately killed sampling culture. The culture wars spurred a 1991 court ruling that made all unlicensed sampling illegal. Sampling multiple tracks became too expensive for most artists. The ruling had the greatest impact on hip-hop. This is because sampling is the foundation of hip-hop. You'll note here that each of these sentences is grammatical, but that they do not flow one sentence to the next, and connections are lacking. We sound robotic when we use simple sentences in every sentence. The time to use a simple sentence is when you want to pack a punch, when you want to drive home a key argument or insight. So what you want to do in the rest of your writing is to show relationships, and to do that, we have to use complex sentences, which involve commas.